McKinsey has done a recent report based on which the UN Secretary General's high-level panel was objectified on. It's the Gender Pay Parity Report, and I would really encourage all of you to look at that report. The McKinsey did a survey of top Fortune 500 companies, and with data, with stats, proved that companies that had more women in their management positions and in their boards outperformed companies that did not by 26% of profitability. So here you go. It's a profitability issue now, right? Empowering women is an economic case, it's a business imperative. So that made it very clear that whatever we're talking about, be it sustainable economies, circular economies, green economy, no discussion can happen without involving women at every tier of the discussion. And when I mean every tier, it means from grassroots to the private sector companies, to the leadership, to the policy reforms. And it has to go right up that ladder, right? And generally speaking, also empowered women, I think, make more sustainable choices, and they're more aware of sustainable consumption by virtue of it, I think. Now, why it's important? I think the case has been established. It's a business case, and there are numerous statistics around it. There's numerous data around it. What needs to be done? What needs to be done is all stakeholders need to step up in their individual capacities. Not one stakeholder can do this alone. It's not just the job of the governments. It's not just the job of the private sector businesses. It's not just the job of the civil society. It is the job of each and every stakeholder to come together and collaborate. The governments need to come up with gender-sensitized policy reforms. They need to take a bottom-up approach to really understand the needs of the grassroots women to make those high-level, top-level national policies. The private sector, the business sector, needs to work on both the demand and the supply side. Trainings for women, education for women. STEM sector needs to be more inclusive of women. The grassroots communities, they need to step up with their voices, because that's really where the realities are. And in all my high-level work with the UN, I feel without being connected to the grassroots, you really can't make actionable and realistic policy reforms. But at the end of the day, I always say this, that one stakeholder which is very key in this whole discussion is the women themselves. And me being from Pakistan, going back 20 years, being the only woman in the energy sector, sitting on a table with 10 men, 100 men, and not letting that push me back, I think that's what women empowerment is about. When each one of us takes that responsibility individually to step up and realize the fact that being a woman is more of a strength than a weakness. But I always say it's only possible when one realizes it. So I think in the end, all stakeholders need to come together and step up and take up responsibility to really achieve inclusive and sustainable development.